Hello everyone, my name is AZZATRU, how are you? And welcome to another Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. This is episode 3 of Top 5 Mods of the Week. So there weren't loads of mods I was really impressed with in the last week or so that have been created, but there were some really good ones that were made. And I'm actually going to be including a new segment in this weekly series starting with this episode. I've taken on board your feedback, and some of you wanted an honourable mention, and that was an idea I had a few weeks ago for the very first episode, but due to time constraints and things like that, I thought I would leave it for the future. So this segment is coming into this episode, and it might not be every week, but it's going to be when there is a mod that isn't necessarily the best mod, but something that's really memorable or something that's just really unique. And, well, this mod that I'm going to be sharing with you, you will have all seen over the last couple of weeks what this is about. So, the mod from Sorox is Ben Swolo, and basically, as you can see, Kylo Ren is now topless with this mod. It changes his unmasked skin, which you get from pre-ordering the game or getting the deluxe edition. And you can see that it's not that bad from the distance, it looks better, but it's okay, it's just a fun mod.
You will not die well.
But now let's start with the countdown from 5. So this mod is the A280 to DH17 mod from 4 Papa Palpatine. Now what this does is it replaces the Rebellion's A280, which is the standard weapon, so make sure you select that, and it gives you the DH17. Now this is the weapon that you'll know from A New Hope, and it was in the first game as well. It's a weapon I loved in Battlefront 2015. Whilst the first person model is not the DH17, if you're playing third person, you will see that it is there, and all of the AI on the map in arcade will actually have this if they are an assault trooper using the standard loadout weapon, the A280. Next up we have the First Order Officer by Armor 8K. This replaces the traditional officer look for the First Order with an actual stormtrooper with a pauldron, and it looks neat. It isn't perfect, as you can see the back of the head of the actual officer is visible from the back of the helmet, and some of the clipping of the armor is not great, but it's a cool mod nevertheless. It looks cool, and you will know what this stormtrooper looks like from the films.
Grenade out. Turret in place.
Number 3 is one that a lot of you will probably like. This is the better sequel announcement icons from Cosmic Dreams and Cade. This will replace the icon in the top left hand corner, the image of the First Order officer and the officer for the Resistance, with General Hux, because he does actually sound like him, and General Leia. So you do get pictures from the films. It's not like a model from the game, but it is what they look like in the film, and it's a cool mod. It's not perfect because I've noticed it's quite buggy. In some games, you will go into a multiplayer match and it will actually just not show up at all. I've tried reinstalling the mod and it does work, but again, it's a bit hit and miss, unfortunately. Nevertheless, it looks cool and it makes the Hook's voice go so much better with him. The runner-up for this week is the No Holograms mod from Doe Wrangler. So this takes away the hologram effect on all of the heroes in the collection, all of the ships, as well as in the loading screens, you know, the respawn screens of all the characters. So you get to see the models. They're not very well lit because of the lighting in the scene, but it does show off the models fantastically. And, you know, I don't care about the hologram effect. To be honest, a lot of people really don't like it, but it would be nice to get a toggle that if DICE could implement that, that would be great. Don't force it upon us just to not have it because it works with the art style, the hologram and whatnot. But the fact that you would be able to toggle it off even on console, that would be awesome. You know, the beautiful models that we have here are just incredible. I'd love to see this as an option. And on top of that, the heroes' faces typically kind of mess up a little bit, especially Ray's when it's in a hologram. It just does not work whatsoever. Now, the top mod of the week is coming from Slypair, and it is the Cinematic Firefights Blasters mod. So what this does is it increases the brightness, the size of the blaster bolts. It's fantastic. It definitely gives a more cinematic appeal, especially it suits more the Clone Wars maps because that's sort of what we got when the prequel trilogy films came out. The blaster bolts were much brighter, the blue was more bluer, and the red was more red. And it was just, you know, something fantastic. It was a bit different from the original trilogy, but to see this on Camino, the reflections in the walls, it definitely makes it more cinematic. And I would like DICE to increase the bolt size. It would be nicer to get a bit more brighter as well. I think that's something what the first game had a little bit over than this game. I feel like it's fine in this game, but going back and playing the first Battlefront, you will notice that the blaster bolts are slightly better. Or, again, this is all subjective, but that's just my personal opinion. It's really nice to use the blue and the reds just work really, really well in the Clone Wars era maps. Remember, if you want to download these mods, make sure to check out the description below. There are links to every single mod I've shown in this video, so feel free to go download them, support the modders, and hopefully you have some enjoyment in using them. I'll be back next week with another mod showcase, and if you do have any suggestions, use the comment section below of this video to post mods you may see in the next week or so to give me an idea to check it out. Thanks very much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and check out any of the two previous videos on the screen, and I shall see you all in my next Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. Goodbye.